Today's adventure begins here in Old Town Orange, California, a place I hold near and dear to my heart that I moved in early 2015, which is very shortly going to be the 9-year anniversary of when I moved to California. As a recording of this, it is Tuesday, December 5th, 2023. Time really does fly. Gosh, it really does. Welcome, everyone. Adam the Woo here. I currently do not reside in Southern California. Today, I have a red-eye flight, have to go back to Florida. And when I get back up, so I haven't flown a red-eye in a while. I'm not going to be filming any of the flight. I'll film up till I get to the airport, then I'll end the video there. So I'm going to be doing stuff throughout the day. My flight does not board till 9 p.m. tonight. So I need to be at LAX probably around 7. This time tomorrow, if good Lord willing and the creek don't rise, I will be back in Florida preparing for a move. I am leaving my little apartment. Going to be getting rid of some stuff, preparing for a move. I have to be out. I have to hand the keys in on New Year's Eve, but I'm hoping maybe a day or two before Christmas, right up till Christmas. I'd like to have it done before Christmas, and then in preparation to the next spot. More on that later, and I've also been kind of culminating and thinking of when this daily, every single day vlog will come to an end. I'm going to talk about that a little bit as well. It's not going to be in the immediate future, but I do have some plans at the end of next year. Kind of thinking of trying to move on to other things, not just going from place to place, but also kind of planting some roots and working on new projects in the future. I'll talk about that and walk around Old Town Orange. It's good to have you here. I'm inviting you to join me. Shall you? I'm going to be giving away a few things. I'm not going to be selling anything off, but there are a few things I do not feel like moving. So I'll be probably posting some things on my social media. Instagram, Adam the Woo, ATW. I'll probably post some stories on there. I also have a Facebook community page, TheDailyWoo on Facebook. Those are the only two social media outlets other than YouTube that I utilize. Anything else is not me. So Adam the Woo, ATW on there. So there will be some things that are too big and bulky to commute, and just things that kind of don't need anymore. Classic car alert. But yeah, once I get back to Florida, I'm guessing probably, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks. I'm pretty impulsive with my decisions. More on the announcements later. I don't want to give everything away, but I'm gonna go over here to Phil's Coffee and get a piping hot caffeinated beverage. Ah yes, a tasty Jacob's Wonder Bar, which is kind of like a hazelnutty, dark, roasty type of thing. Don't take my word for it, but yeah, it's pretty good. It's like one of my 2 favorite ones that are here. Phil's Coffee, based out of San Francisco. It's kind of neat that there is one here. I remember going to the grand opening of this a few years ago. I'm always back and forth, California to Florida. I can't make up my mind but which one I like better. The good thing is LAX and MCO, direct flights aplenty, coast to coast, all the time. Gotta love modern transportation. The Orange Circle, or as it's technically called, the Orange Plaza, but everyone I know refers to it as the Circle. I just love the ghost signs up here, like Hobbs Battery right there, and then the old orange camera sign right there above the little marquee, or above the little awning. Just love this area. And it's pretty rare that Mr. C's is open for business. In fact, right now, it's not either. See the close. Oh, here's their hours. 10 to 4, or maybe it's 12 to 4. Something to 4. Mondays, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Oh, dang. See, I'm not going crazy. Others refer to it as the Orange Circle and not the Plaza also. Documented. Now the future of what I'm going to be doing isn't going to dramatically change. They've also put the Christmas decor up. You see this little drummer guy here with the, well, toy soldier actually, the candy cane. Nothing is dramatically, well, other than the fact that I'm moving, dramatically going to change as far as the daily vlogs go till the end of 2024. So I turned 50 years old on August 10th, 2024. And shortly after that, I really don't want to do every single day vlogs anymore. I'm not going to stop abruptly on August 11th. So my tentative thought process is to go through the end of 2024. So the birthday on August 10th, and then go a couple more months through haunt season and Christmas and all that, and then kind of end it on New Year's of next year. Also, someone ran into the fountain. I believe that was the news story, that someone drove off the road, smashed into the Orange Circle fountain. I'll walk over and show where the original fountain is now. This is a newer fountain. I'll say newer. I mean, it was placed here decades and decades ago, but the original fountain that sat here when the Orange Circle was originally fountainized is just down the way. Ooh, this is really hot. When they say piping hot, when I say piping hot, this is piping hot. Ooh, it's spilling it. The new place I'm looking at is gonna create a little more availability. There's gonna be some options there that I do not have at the current place I am residing at. And I feel like it is kind of a good segue into the type of content I want to do. I'm also thinking that at the end of next year, when I stop the continuous daily vlogs, I know I'm taking little breaks here and there, but more or less since I started it back in 2012, it has been pretty non-stop, with the exception of the end of 2017 when I took a couple months off to do some big filming locations like Forrest Gump and National Lampoon's Vacation. But other than that time, it's been pretty consistent for well over a decade. And like I said, I could go another solid year and then gonna move on. This bench, I have made many of announcements on this bench, and now on this one, making another announcement. Right here, surrounded by a manger scene. Ooh, is there baby Jesus here? Yep, he's in there. Sometimes you see manger scenes and he will not be placed there until Christmas Eve. But this one is there. I would say 9 out of 10 times he's already in there for the whole holiday season. There's the Magi there, and Mary and Joseph, Magi, 3 wise men, the donkeys and the sheep. Truthfully, I don't know how long I'm going to be able to like sit here because the sun is like right in my face, so there might be bad reflection. So I'm not going to go cold turkey on the daily, but I want to have a full year once I'm in the new spot to kind of transition into other types of stuff. And what I'm thinking is that type of content, when it happens into early next year, I'm going to start peppering in some stuff on the main channel, the Adam the Woo channel. It might even be middle of next year. I got to survey my mindset and the landscape of my brain. But I want to start doing both channels again and doing different types of stuff over on the Adam the Woo channel. So another full year of vlogs, and then morphing into what eventually will be back on the Adam the Woo channel. So this channel, the Daily Woo, is pretty consistent. It's kind of turned into my main channel, but originally it was started as a second channel, a daily vlog channel, the Daily Woo. But it's gonna eventually take a step back. So I'm not gonna probably talk about that for a while, but just keep that in mind. So let's just say, as of my brain right now, end of next year, end of 2024, I turn 50 in August of 24, and then a couple more years to get through haunt season and Christmas. And then by then, the new project style will be happening over on the Adam the Woo channel. All right, I'm gonna get up and continue walking around. So announcement has been made right here. Oh yeah, did I mention I'm moving out of the place I'm in now? But keep in mind, I'm not gonna stop traveling. I'm not gonna stop going on adventures. I'm not gonna stop, I should say. I'm not gonna stop doing things. It's just the format is gonna change a little bit and not gonna be as intense going into 2025. So consider this a New Year's resolution 13 months in advance, because it's not even the approaching year, but it's just on my brain. And I figured I could look back at this and say, that's kind of when I made the decision. I want to spend more time the new homestead that I'm going to be residing in down the road, and not be like forcing myself to put content out of it. All these antique stores are so great. Antique Mall District. Florida's got the Lakeland Antique Mall where they have a lot of Disney stuff, and it always kind of reminds me of what I know is like the original antique section from my life here in Orange. Got a lot of Disney stuff in here too. Classic. One thing that's always kind of got me is the fact that the channel is, you know, it's called The Daily Woo when I started it as a daily vlog. It's kind of morphed more into like a diary, like a daily diary, more than actual subject matters at this point. Now there are subject matters, but a lot of times it's just, you know, kind of looking back at what I'm doing. And I think a lot of the viewership that I get, a lot of people that tune in, it's just because it is that style. So it is going to be interesting when I take a break from that type of format. Again, that's like 13 months off. And I'm also thinking that when I start doing the projects and the bigger, you know, just, well, I don't want to say bigger, but just different style of format over on the Adam the Woo channel into early next year. Let's just, you know, probably be into early next year, or maybe even into middle of next year. It might even be immediately into next year, but I don't know if I'll have time to kind of get that whole parlay, that whole thing going. But at some point next year, definitely going to be, also I want to jump in here too and show Justin Scard. My friend Justin Scard has a booth in here inside the Antique Station Mall. So I'm kind of going popping in here and showing off his little Random Land Justin Scard booth in here, which is always kind of neat to see. This is my former, I guess you could say former stomping grounds here at the Orange Circle. In fact, the place when I moved here in 2015, when I originally moved here, ended up getting a place 2 blocks from here, and I was always at the Circle. I was always at the Orange Circle. Got the bus going by the Santa and the tree over there. So yeah, announcements. Oh, the dirt bike going by. I think that's 3 pretty good announcements, right, for 2024. Beginning of 24, living in a new place. Middle of 2024, new projects coming to the Adam the Woo channel, maybe even early 24. And then late 24, the end of 24, the end of the continuous daily vlogs on the Daily Woo. Also, the store here, TheDailyWoo, was used. I've mentioned this many times, but can't pass by this. We're talking about the movie That Thing You Do, the Tom Hanks film. This was the appliance store from That Thing You Do. And then right down there, if you ever heard the album Tragic Kingdom, no doubt, that's where the back side of the album cover was, right down there with Gwen pushing the shopping cart. You can kind of match up these bricks. Oh dang, it looks like TheDailyWoo is going to be moving over here down from that spot where they took over for the appliance store from That Thing You Do. And there is a Lady and the Tramp 2 Scamp's Adventure little clamshell box sitting right here. I'm not really sure why that's there, but it looks like TheDailyWoo is moving. I should also mention that when finally the daily videos, the streak comes to an end, or at least a continuous, I might lay low for a few months, and then if I go on, like, let's say I go on a, you know, this is into 25 and all that. So who's to say during like the following haunt season, if I wanted to do, you know, a series of haunts in a row for like a week. So I could like disappear, drop off the radar for 2 or 3 months, do a road trip, do some back road stuff for 2 weeks. I could put those in order. But as far as not missing days, that all needs to come to an end. Been thinking about it for a while, but again, I'm not going to cold turkey it at the start of this kind of transitional period, but down the way. But who's to say, you know, years from now, if I just wanted to get in the car and do a month road trip of back roads, or go through a bunch of states and cover that, you know, in a streak type of formula, that might end up here. Possibly. Again, I can't make up my mind, but yeah, you know what I'm saying. As far as the streak ending, that's my pivotal ending of next New Year's, if that makes any sense. I think it probably doesn't. And who knows, I might not even make it through next year. But I'm gonna try. I'm gonna go over here to the Dodge College of Film and Media Arts. Show a couple little stars over here. I guess what I'm trying to say is I don't want to be a continuous daily vlogger into my 50s. I want to be more project based. So into 2025, I don't want to keep crunching out stuff every day. Huell Hauser, big inspiration right there. California Gold. And of course you got Ani right there. And the Duffer Brothers, known for creating Stranger Things And then Super Dave up there. Yeah, I love Huel. So that's basically it. That's as far as the announcements go. Shortly after my 50th birthday, to the end of next year, I kind of want to do away with the every single day daily vlogging type of content. And into 25, already have an established new format that I will, you know, kind of figure out into 24, and then kind of have it ready to rock into 25. Which means I'll basically be doing what 99.999% of the rest of people who do YouTube are doing. You can kind of step back and do what is kind of how it should be done. Like what I'm doing is definitely the small percentage, the 1%, maybe even less than 1%. Just doing the daily grind. I wouldn't say it's a grind, it's just daily. I mean, I guess coffee you could say is a grind, but you know what I'm saying. Just the mental aspect of the 24-hour challenge each day. All right, 13-month announcement completed. Well, and then something is happening in a couple weeks, obviously. Hey, while I'm right over here, driving by one of my former residents that was kind of tucked away behind those bushes right here on Kelly. There's like a house back there behind that section. That's where I moved in 2015 through half of 2016. I lived right back behind there on this row. There's actually a house tucked away amongst these condos and apartments. There's kind of a neat little tucked away section back there near the railroad tracks. Oh yeah, circa 2015-16, Orange County. Adam the Woo. Love it. Made the commute over to the Puente Hills Mall, over here where Back to the Future was filmed. First time I ever visited California. This was one of the first spots I ever went to. This is where Doc Brown's van was. Marty was up there, jumped down the hill. DeLorean got up to 88 right here. In fact, I did a meetup back in the day over in that little section. I'm gonna pop in the mall real quick. Also, just to state it, I'm not moving back to Orange County. I will not be living in Orange County, but yeah, I just wanted to make the announcement there. I did live in a couple places in the OC though, including the place I went by in Orange, but I also lived in Anaheim for a couple of years also. Near Disneyland, very close, about a mile from Disneyland. I could walk there. Now when you go inside, there is an active Christmas tree. There's also Santa Claus meeting people. But other than that, there's some food court options open. But other than the things I just mentioned, most of the rest of the mall, except for the Christmas tree and the Santa and the food court, it's pretty bare, and a lot of places have kind of pulled out, and the Back to the Future Mall has definitely seen better days. But I always love stopping off here. You can see that building in the back of Doc and Marty, as well as all this, even though now it's a gym over there. Yeah, an iconic filming location where Marty skateboarded down. Twin Pines Mall sign was originally right here. The one that's in the mall is a recreation that they created for the We're Going Back in 2015. Ah, that was a time being here. It really was. My rental car's over there. Having some issues with my rental car. When I drop it off, I want to let them know. It's like stalling out the last couple days. Put a quart of oil in, and that seemed to help a little bit, but not fully take care of it. Thankfully, it's the last day having it. Drop it off at LAX before I fly home. Also really a bummer that Suit Plantation and Sweet Tomato, the same company, called two different names on different coasts, closed in 2020 and never reopened. Erased from existence. It looks like someone was trying to drive a DeLorean through here at 88, crushed up against the side. But you know what's interesting? All the times I've been here 100 times. When I was living here and then visiting, I never noticed the mountains could be seen over there. Might as well take the rental car. Hopefully it doesn't stall out. Go along the side here. Same as Marty. Pretty much impossible to get this thing up to 88 miles per hour in this parking lot. Gotta love movie magic. 88 miles per hour. That's the non-yelling impression of Doc. We're going back to the future. All right, I have decided to just head straight to the airport. I don't want to take a chance on driving this car during rush hour. So no more pit stops, just gonna head straight and drop it off and get to the airport like 7 hours early for my flight. Because this thing is not wanting to stay cranked. The traffic's moving now, I don't want to take a chance on sitting in rush hour and not making it. This is basically what it's been doing. It'll stall out. Now there's two different options. I'll kick it on sport mode, which is almost kind of like a different mode than the regular driving, and it seems when I do that, it doesn't stall out as often, but if I drive it in normal mode, it stalls out continuously. But you'll see like the oil light will come on, the check engine light's constantly on, and the battery. Right now it's stalled out. I pulled over on the side of a surface street. I don't think I'm even gonna fill it up with gas. I think I'm about a half mile away from the drop-off point, and I'm just gonna let them know this thing needs to be serviced before someone else rents it. I am pretty dang excited to turn this car in. I am so thankful and grateful I made it here. Oh, it just died. It just died again. Look at this, it just died. When I was pulling in. Right when I was pulling in. Man, if I would have drove this in rush hour, it is 2:40 right now. I was thinking about going to Hollywood and do some Hollywood Burbanky things. If I just started to leave around 6 in rush hour to get over here, I would not have made it. I would have stalled out, so it would have been bad. So happy to drop off a rental now. I've never really had any major issues with rental car companies before. I let them know. They said they're going to email me something. I don't know if it's going to be. I told them I put a quart of oil in, so I guess they're going to reimburse me for the quart of oil the other day. And it's not going to deter me from renting cars again. That was just kind of a one-time thing. But I really am glad I didn't get stuck in rush hour traffic, because that would have ended very, very badly as much as it was stalling out. Regular mode and the sport mode. All right, now, gonna see if I can switch my flight. So let's be flying America, but my flight isn't like to leave till 9:50. There is a flight at 4:50 p.m., 5 hours earlier, here with Delta. So I'm gonna see, there isn't another American Airlines one during the day that I could jump on. So if they have a flight on Delta, I might just grab it. See if I can just get home. I don't know if I want to sit around the airport for 6 hours, but if I do, I do. All right, booked a one-way flight with Delta. Boards in 1/2 an hour. So it's 3:15 right now. Boards at 3:45 and leaves at a little after 4 p.m. All right, Delta it is. Went ahead and got through the checkpoints, and if all goes well, I will be taking off and I will be landing in Florida. I'll be landing in Florida when I would have been departing for the red eye. So no red eye, no soup for you. No red eye for you. So I'm excited there was a seat on this plane. And there it is right there. Let's see, Orlando, 4:25 departure, flights 2210, is that what it is? That's it, yeah, 2210, gate 137. I did, however, forget how large the B terminal is. It's a little bit of a walk. That's putting it lightly. It's a long walk. I'm looking for 137. I gotta go down this direction. Yeah, 130 through 120 or 225. It's a walk. Boards in T-minus 10 minutes. Goodness gracious, 137. You gotta go to 135, and then you gotta veer off to that little side all the way at 137. Yeah, this is way down here. Look at this. Like the farthest possible plane. The catacombs of LAX. Nothing like a change of plans. I was going to spend half the day in LA and then do a red eye. Instead of that, car troubles, different airline out. And got to be home shortly after midnight if all goes well. I'd taken my original flight, I wouldn't even be boarding yet. Well, probably I'd be boarding right about now. It's so late that everything's closed up here. Got the Christmas tree over here. But all the little vendor stands are closed. Yeah, it's really empty in here too. I mean, it is just after, well, it's pretty much at midnight. Of course, the fountain covered up with the Christmas tree for the holidays. Very, very nice. And even though the lights are in here, it is a little darker than normal because the sun is not going through the little windows up top there. So you can see the tree all illuminated. Nice. That's going to do it for today. Started off in SoCal. We'll change of plans. Originally was going to fly out of LAX at about 9:30, but ended up flying out about 5 hours earlier, thankfully. Had some rental car issues, made some announcements. I'm glad I'm home. And that's going to do it for today. I'll see you in the next video. The vlog is over.